presidential congressional correspondence dinner as a snub of enemies of the people. So, I've thought about this because, no one was hurt in that shooting. And we're seeing results of, the shooter having been somehow involved with J.D. Vance's wife. I guess he had some kind of wheelchair that had brakes, and she was at an event that he was presenting at. So there's some kind of, connection there. And, many of us have looked at that, and it just seems so wrong on so many levels. The Secret Service, and, there's not that many shots and no one gets hurt, right? If someone was there running around with a gun, they'd have their head blown off, right? So now this was the first time that Trump had been at a press conference since Obama snubbed him, 15 years ago. So was this a snub? Because Obama, snubbed him, and the military hated Obama. I know. I was in the CIA at the time. John Brennan. I helped find Osama bin Laden. So he held up the Osama bin Laden, SEAL Team 6 from going in a day so he could do that press conference and snub President Trump. So he held up SEAL Team 6 from going in. They were supposed to go in the day of him doing that press conference and snubbing President Trump. So did President Trump pay them back? Pay him back, right? So let's look at some of this. I'm going to pull up the screen, and Matt Bissonette, who was like me at SEAL Team 6, Red Squadron. I was at Red Squadron, SEAL Team 6. Matt Bissonette and also Rob O'Neill was on that mission. I wrote a book, The Intuitive Warrior, where I talked about how I was involved in finding Osama bin Laden, and then SEAL Team 6, Red Squadron, that was my squadron. Red Squadron is one of several squadrons at SEAL Team 6. They were the one chosen to do the hit. That was my squadron. And I helped find Osama bin Laden. So I wrote my book. Those guys, Rob O'Neill and Matt Bissonette, wrote books, and the military came after them and took away their books after they had made millions. After Obama, got reelected, probably for saying that he found and took out Osama bin Laden. And he said that SEAL Team 6, which was out of place for him to say that, because SEAL Team 6, top secret organization, but he basically exposed them. So was President Trump, paying back the press, paying back, Obama? I think so, right? So let's look at some of this. It's very, very interesting from if you look at it from that perspective. So this is Matt Bissonette. He's on, show with basically talking about this. And he says on the Sean Ryan show, never forget 15 years ago tonight, in 2011, President Obama pushed back the Osama bin Laden raid one day so he could attend the White House Correspondents' Dinner and slam then President Trump, who was, just a, someone in the public. So this is the difference between President Obama and President Trump. Trump would never have made the White House, press corps a priority. Never, right? So this was also the night that Obama's priority was to embarrass citizen Trump in public. It backfired, and tonight is the 15-year anniversary of the night, and this was last night, he created President Trump.
So, why did we crash? Because President Obama needed to hit the White House Correspondents' Dinner. You've got to be fucking kidding me.
The U.S. tracked al-Qaeda couriers to a house in a town called Abbottabad, deep inside Pakistan. On April 30th last year, Mr. Obama and Panetta made a point of being seen at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Panetta's belly laugh was heard at every presidential punch.
All right, so John Brennan, who was the guy that, outlined this attack, and he made millions. Obama is multimillionaire many times over. The guy that basically was in charge, the admiral, got $50 million from Amazon for attacking President Trump, I believe. So the admiral that was in charge that night, the Navy SEAL, former Navy SEAL admiral, he made $50 million, but Matt Bissonnette and Rob O'Neill had their books taken away, and all the millions that they made, publishing their book. I was also attacked. And so this is what they do to those of us that are on the ground military types guys. While they, laugh it off, laugh it up, and destroy America.
People think bin Laden is hiding in the Hindu Kush, but did you know that every day from 4 to 5 he hosts a show on C-SPAN?
But both men knew they had just pulled the trigger. SEAL Team 6 would launch in 16 hours.
The risks were enormous, going in that far, the prospect of detection, the prospect that, one of these helicopters might go down.
The height of the wall was 10 feet. Our helicopter hit. If you watch the Zero Dark 30 movie, the main rotor hits the ground, comes snapping off. That did not happen. Right, we hit. I jump out this door and run away, turn around and look, and the main rotors are still turning. They're within about a foot of hitting the ground. You want to talk about the big guy? Right? When your time's up, your time is up, and it was not our time. Inches, landed perfectly. Helicopter didn't roll. Main rotor blades didn't snap off. Nothing. 40 feet up. You tell me how that happened.
Why did the helicopter crash?
Great question. Okay. So, do you know what was happening in Washington, D.C. the day before the mission that the president would have wanted to be at?
I don't remember.
Well, White House Correspondents' Dinner. So, the day we had originally planned to launch our mission was the day before we actually went. It was a weekend, zero alum, so good time to go. President got involved. It was like, hey, can you guys push this one day to the right? We push to the right. I want to hit my dinner. Okay, so we moved the op to the right. Not me, it's well above my pay grade. The op was moved to the right. The next day, the temperature was roughly 8 degrees warmer than the day prior. You know how temperature affects density altitude, how a bullet flies over a mile. It affects how much lift a helicopter can have. So hypothetically, if because I'm not speaking in real terms of weights, right? If our helicopter could carry, say, 1,000 pounds, say we were at 800 pounds of load, that's fine. We operate within those margins. Normal. The next day, 8 degrees warmer, temperature, we didn't have the lift. So what I've been told is we got into the target area. Our pilot was at full throttle, and we settled with power because he didn't have enough ass to keep the helicopter in the air. So why did we crash? Because the President Obama needed to hit the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, it's a portion of it.
Wow. Unfucking believable, man.
The only political shots I take in No Easy Day, right? I make 2 political shots because I hate all politicians. Biden, right? He was VP at the time. We meet him after the raid, and he's like literally handsy, like trying to rub guys' shoulders and like tell them bad jokes in their ears. Like we're not teenage girls with ice cream here, dude. Like, come on. It's like, who's the drunk uncle that showed up at Thanksgiving? Like, oh, that's the vice president. Like, okay, that makes sense.
Oh shit.
And then Obama was great, right? Super smooth. We all stood up there, got our photo with him, gave a great speech. And then he invites us all to the White House, to the residence, for a beer. Okay. I'm very apolitical, but if a sitting president invites me and my team that just risked our lives for whatever to the White House to have a beer with the sitting president, you go. Right? You're going to go. Right? He invites the freaking women's World Cup soccer team, whatever. Like, everybody goes to the White House. Here's a sitting president inviting us to the White House for a beer right after we probably got him reelected. Do you think he ever followed up with that invite?
Probably not.
Nope. And so I bet you voted for change too. Like, that's my only one-liner in the book of like, yeah, I bet if you're still waiting for Obama to invite you to the White House for a beer, I know you just risked your life for him and you probably got him reelected. He invited you for a beer, but you think he's ever going to follow up with that? No.
Wow. Not surprising, though. Not surprising.
Not surprising. All right. Not surprising at effing all right? Because when we were going in, downrange, CIA, when we were going downrange, risking our lives to find Osama bin Laden, he was on us like every day almost. How you guys doing? What's going on? And he was at meetings, and once we found Osama bin Laden, there was no more, and things stopped, and we started getting attacked, and my book got released, and my book got attacked eventually by Amazon. All the people that had come in and had wrote glowingly about my book, all of those glowing, good things were taken away. And then people came in and attacked my book, and they got pushed up by algorithms, and people came in and liked what all these attacks that were coming in on my book. And I had to ask people, hey, can you come in and down thumb those people and come in and make good comments on my book? My book was like blowing up, and then it went whoop, and it's never recovered, right? So this is what these people do. We know the Amazon is part of the CIA. It's corrupt. I work for the CIA. I can't say the CIA is all bad. I work with some great people in the CIA. The CIA, good part of the CIA was part of taking down Osama bin Laden. And then there's the evil side, right? So part of that evil side is the press, guys. Now, President Trump, for a long time, from that point on, where Obama criticized Trump at that press, club dinner, and President Trump was sitting there. This was during the time frame where Citizen Trump was trying to get Obama to release his birth certificate. It's like, where's your birth certificate, dude? We know you weren't born in America. Of course, they created one, and the woman that signed it in Hawaii died in a helicopter crash in 3 feet of water, and everybody else survived the helicopter crash, but she's the one that drowned in 3 feet of water. So it is what these people do, and I think Trump paid it back. So he had been to one of these shitbag press dinners since then for 15 years, and he went to one last night and or the night before, whatever. And so then they had a shooting. No one got hurt. All those shots fired and no one got hurt, right? Well, supposedly one guy got hurt, but he's okay. And the shooter, nothing, right? So, it destroyed the dinner, right? The dinner's off. And so Trump said, yeah, we'll do another one in 30 days or so. There's going to be other things that are going on in 30 days, and that's probably not going to happen. All right, so let's look at the past. We know that Trump has been basically exposing the press, since before he came into office the first time. He would say, the enemy of the people, and he would point to the press. He's been saying that for the last decade, right? So why last night or the night before did he decide that let's have a press correspondence dinner, right? White House the correspondence dinner. Why? I think he had a little surprise for him. Here's a little piece of what you guys have been doing, involved in. I think that's what happened, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but we'll look at it like that, okay? So look at the way Trump has been going after them.
Trump ramps up rhetoric on media, calls press the enemy of the people. By Brett Samuels. President Trump said Friday that the press is truly the enemy of the people, ratcheting up his use of the derisive label to attack the news media. The press is doing everything within their power to fight the magnificence of the phrase, "Make America Great Again," Trump tweeted. They can't stand the fact that this administration has done more than virtually any other administration in its first 2 years, he continued. They are truly the enemy of the people. The press is doing everything within their power to fight the magnificence of the phrase, "Make America Great Again." They can't stand the fact that this administration has done more than virtually any other administration in its first 2 years. They are truly the enemy of the people. Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump, April 5th, 2019. The president has previously described specific outlets and fake news as the enemy of the people, but so far had not used the characterization to describe the full press corps. Trump issued the tweet hours after he said he would not attend this year's White House Correspondents' Dinner, telling reporters that it was too negative. Trump previously declined to attend last year's dinner. Mossad's. It was not.
All right. So what changed his mind? Oh, yeah, let's get together and have a dinner. Let's get together and have dinner, guys. Let's show everybody how great you guys are. The press corps. Yeah. Let's show everybody how great you guys are. Like Adam Schiff, referring to the California representative and Democratic nominee for Senate. Right. He also talked about Nancy Pelosi and many others. Right. So did they stage that shooting? Seems to me they staged it. I said that yesterday, talking about the shooting that happened the day before. Right. So I looked at it and I'm like, this dog don't bark. Right. There's something wrong here. Right. There's too many things that are not quite right. Right. Too many things that are not quite like the other. All right. All right. Now, when he spoke to the military, he had he called in all the military from all over the world to come in that weren't, needed, and filled up an auditorium. And so he spoke to them and he talked about some of this stuff. So the enemy within, the enemy of the people.
Only in recent decades did politicians somehow come to believe that our job is to police the far reaches of Kenya and Somalia, while America is under invasion from within. We're under invasion from within. No different than a foreign enemy, but more difficult in many ways because they don't wear uniforms. At least when they're wearing a uniform, you can take them out. These people don't have uniforms. But we are under invasion from within. We're stopping it very quickly. After spending trillions of dollars defending the borders of foreign countries, with your help, we're defending the borders of our country from now on. Together with the leaders here today, we're also restoring a needed focus on defeating threats in the Western Hemisphere. Throughout this region, cartel terrorists have been allowed to wage a relentless campaign of death and destruction on our country, all because we had weak leadership on top.
All right, so that's all stopped. Things have been turned around, guys, and the Washington press corps has been basically ostracized, right? That was, they were talking about the Enigma machine, I believe. That was back in World War II. Former President Barack Obama insisted Sunday the details of the motives of an armed man who allegedly tried to storm the White House Correspondents Association dinner were unknown, hours after a media outlet published the suspect's manifesto. Cole Allen, 31-year-old teacher from Torrance, California, appeared in court today, arraigned on charges of using a firearm in a violent crime and assaulting a federal officer. All right. So this is some of the things that were said, although we don't yet have the details about the motives behind last night's shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. It's incumbent upon all of us to reject the idea that violence has any place in our democracy. Although the Democrats have been calling for that against Republicans for quite some, and conservatives for quite some time, all the way back to the Civil War, right? Obama wrote, "It's also a sobering reminder of the courage and sacrifice that U.S. Secret Service agents show every day, even though Democrats have voted or not voted to fund them for over 2 months now. I'm grateful to them and thankful that the agent who was shot is going to be okay." Obama did not immediately respond to a request for comment from the Daily Caller News Foundation. In the manifesto sent to his family minutes before he allegedly exchanged gunfire with U.S. Secret Service agents, Allen declared his intention to target senior Trump administration officials, with the notable exception of FBI Director Kash Patel. "And I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes," Allen wrote. "Why didn't you do anything about Joe Biden then?" "Well, to be completely honest, I was no longer willing a long time ago. But this is the first real opportunity I've had to do something about it." Allen stated that any Trump administration official, prioritized from highest ranking to lowest, would be a target of his planned rampage. "I would still go through most everyone here to get to the targets if it were absolutely necessary, on the basis that most people chose to attend a speech by a pedophile, rapist, and traitor, and are thus complicit. But I really hope it doesn't come to that, Alan wrote. What a nice guy. What a nice guy. He doesn't really want to shoot them, but hey, they're there hanging out with who he believes is a rapist, a pedophile, and a traitor. Man, that just sounds like all those deep state bubbas, right? And that's what we've been, revealing for quite some time now. But maybe that manifesto is a message to everyone out there that you think Trump's those things. What about all the other people? All right. So I think that this is being revealed. I don't think Trump wanted to have dinner with those a-holes. All right. I think they planned this and no one got hurt. All right. So everyone, even Carrie Lake, people that were there, the White House, press secretary was like, there's going to be shots fired tonight before the event happened. She was heard speaking to the press. So, I think they're basically telegraphing, and they're telegraphing and exposing the press. This was another press exposure, guys. So regardless of whether, they planned it or staged it or if it was just some kind of unusual, everything just seemed off, but it didn't happen. It happened the way it did. I don't think so. So Carrie Lake, she was there. She said the security at this event is atrocious. I've never seen anything like it. If you had a ticket, they barely looked at it and just waved you in. They didn't look in bags, nothing. So sounds like they were just going to shut it down right from the beginning, guys. And that's what they did. All right. It's very interesting these days. Right? So, I'm observing, I'm watching. These are just my thoughts. I don't know. It could have happened that way, but maybe there's nothing like that, right? Maybe it really happened the way it did, and things were just so screwed up like that, which I completely doubt. I mean, we're in a war right now with Iran, and you really think they would have security that lax? No, they wouldn't, right? Do you think that Secret Service is that slow? One guy was even commenting. He said that the reason why Trump, took that long because he was telling Secret Service, take care of my wife. And the reason why he went down is because his wife was crawling out or something. I can tell you, having worked those details, guys, when you're in charge of security, and when you move somebody, and when it's time for someone, high value target, to get moved, you move them. They don't talk to you like, oh no. I'm gonna raise my fist here. I'm gonna no, stop, my wife. And no, stop. I'm going to do this. Oh, where are my shoes? No. It's like they're out of there. You see any of these, you look at any of these shootings that have happened for real, there's so much security on that person, they're gone, right? It's done, right? So, yeah, I think it was staged. Right? And it was staged to basically, ruin the correspondence dinner because he does not like them. He thinks they're the enemy of the people. He's been pointing that out for over a decade, right? So I think this is what we're looking at. All right, guys, stay in the love vibration. Keep it on mind, and we're going to see a lot more of this stuff get revealed at some point. We're probably going into Iran and take down that terrorist group that's trying to run the world. It's not going to happen. And these people that are in the press that are evil too, they're probably going to go by too, right? Soon. All right. Lots of love, and I'll see you guys next time.